No other culture in the world has this that the Yoruba culture has. Can you take a guess what that is? The Yoruba has something that functions as an identity marker, moral reminder, historical records, and a motivational speech. It praises, it summons desirable traits, and recall family history. It is poetic and performative. Sound, the tone, and the voice are as important as the words. It is called Oriki. Oriki is developed within the broader oral Yoruba tradition, and it is used as a source of reconstructing and preserving the Yoruba past, the culture, and the norms. Oriki origin is oral, formed in palace courts, households, and priestly lineage. Best meaning we can give to Oriki in English is either eulogy or praise. You know, when you praise somebody or you eulogize them, that is Oriki. We have different types of Oriki in the Yoruba. The first one is the name eulogy, Oriki Oruko. This Oriki Oruko comes with name given to Yoruba person, either a male or a female. They have their different type of name for the male, and we have different type of name for the female. For example, of the name eulogy is Abefe, Adigun, Alamu, Aremu for the boys, and for the girls we have Arike, Abeke, Ajike, Anike, and so on and so forth. Another example is Oriki Ebi or Eya. This is like the family eulogy or the family praise. This eulogy can be attributed to everybody in such family. For the instance now, we have the family of hunters. Such family that they are hunter, they have their own unique Oriki for the hunter family generally in the Yoruba kingdom. This Oriki is used to eulogize or to praise the hunter family, such as the drummer family also, which is the Ayon family. Another one is Oriki Ilu, town eulogy or the praise of the town. Each town in the Yoruba kingdom has their own unique Oriki that is attributed to them. This can come particularly from the people that found the town. Sometimes it comes from their attribute, the kind of person they are. If it's a farmer that started the town, they can use poetic power of the Yoruba people to form an Oriki around the farmer. For instance, the Egba people are called the Omo Olumo because of the Olumoro, or they are called Egba Omo Lishabi because of the bravery of the warrior called Lisabi. Also, the people of Osun State, they are called Omo Osho Oshogbo because of the Osun River in Osun State. Another type of Oriki is Oriki Orisha, which is the deity eulogy or the praise. This is particularly used for the deity in the Yoruba kingdom. Different kind of deities has their own peculiar Oriki that is attributed to them. For instance, the Songo is called Oba Koso, and they have their own Oriki line that is unique to them that they use to, to praise and eulogize Songo. Also, Ogun, Ogunlakaye or Sheimole is another Oriki that is used to eulogize Ogun, and so on. Also, we have another one which is known as personalized Oriki, Oriki Eni. Oriki Eni is like the eulogy that you give yourself. For instance, a Yoruba person that is good at a particular thing, either maybe is a cantor, is a musician, is a carver. Most of the time, people praise themselves in a certain unique way that is only attributed to such person. So in that case, the person is only attributed to that Oriki. For instance, if somebody say a male Kurimeta, person is trying to say he's a strong man, but literally it translates to like a 3 man in one person. Yoruba race is not monolithic in nature. It includes different subgroups and towns such as Osun, Oyo, Ijesha, Egba, Ekiti, Ijebu, Ibadan, and so on and so forth. And each of these subgroups preserve their local histories, their dialects, and their founder mates in their Oriki. Some of the features of Oriki is the title of the family they are attributed to, the wars they have won, some of their notable ancestors, and uniqueness in terms of physical appearance, also the record of their migration. Ile Ogbonimi Ijayegon, Awalomare Poponda, that is the Oriki of my town. In the comment section, put down the Oriki of your town and let your town person find you. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow.
Chisom, come and clean your body. Come and clean your body. Bia hicha aho. Bia hicha aho. Chisom, come and rub cream. Come and rub cream. Bia te ude. Bia te ude. Chisom, come and wear your clothes. Come and wear your clothes. Bia yiri aqua. Bia yiri aqua. Mobo bia yiri uwe. Bia yiri uwe. Chisom, come and put on your sandals. Come and put on your shoes. bịa yiri akpụkpọ ụkwụ, bịa yiri akpụkpọ ụkwụ. Chisom, come and eat, come and eat. Bịa rie nri, bịa rie nri. Chisom, come and go to bed, come and sleep. Bịa rahụ ụra, bịa rahụ ụra, maọbụ bịa hie ụra, bịa hie ụra. Please, there's nothing like Igbo. 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 Onweghị ihe dịka Igbo. Igbo language. Asụsụ Igbo. Asụsụ Igbo. Big sound. Igbo people. Ndị Igbo. Ndị Igbo. Big sound. Igbo land. Ala Igbo. Ala Igbo. Big, 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 big. There's nothing like Igbo. Body language. Asụsụ Igbo. Igbo people. Ndị Igbo. Igbo land. Ala Igbo. We are Igbos speaking Igbo, living in Igbo land. Anyị bụ ndị Igbo. Anyị na-asụ Igbo. Anyị bi n'ala Igbo. There is nothing like Igbo. It's big, 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 big.
The island that unalived all its colonizers and got erased from history. There's a Caribbean island you've never heard of, and there's a reason why, because the people there did what no other colony could. They won completely. Comment if you've ever heard of the Garifuna. Most of you haven't, and that's the point. In the 1600s, 2 slave ships wrecked off the coast of St. Vincent. The Africans on board survived, swam to shore, and instead of being recaptured, they met the indigenous Caribs. The Caribs didn't turn them in. They took them in, married them, fought alongside them. Together they became the Garifuna people, and for over 100 years they did something impossible. They resisted. The British tried to take St. Vincent. The Garifuna fought back. The French tried. The Garifuna won. They unalived colonizers, burned plantations, held the island. For a century, St. Vincent was the one place in the Caribbean where Europeans couldn't fully conquer, and the empires hated it. So in 1797, the British came back with everything. Thousands of soldiers, warships, cannons. They couldn't beat the Garifuna in battle. So they did something worse. They exiled them, forced 5,000 Garifuna people onto ships, dumped them on a deserted island off Honduras. Share this with anyone who says resistance was impossible. The Garifuna proved it wasn't. Half of them died on that island, but the survivors rebuilt, spread across Central America, and they're still here, still speaking their language, still carrying the culture, but you'll never see them in a history book because they're proof that colonization could be stopped, that Black and indigenous people unified and won, and the empires couldn't let that story survive. The Garifuna didn't just resist slavery, they defeated it, and the price for that victory was erasure.
Y fumando fanto, me quedo tranquilo, y a ti te canso.
Honor and respect, honor and respect, honor and respect. Divine all blessed greetings and salutations. Happy New Year. Bon fête, indépendance. Welcome to another edition and the first edition of Revolutionary Hoodoo, New Orleans Voodoo Secrets and Recipes in the year 2026. Voodoo Hoodoo 101. Powered, produced, promoted, sponsored, and supported by NOIVD, New Orleans International Voodoo Day. In 2025, New Orleans National Voodoo Day became New Orleans International Voodoo Day. This shift in name reflects a truth we've always carried, that voodoo is deeply local and profoundly global, rooted in the rich soil of New Orleans and held in the hands of our community. Our work continues to center the vibrant traditions, practitioners, and spiritual leaders right here at home. At the same time, we move forward with deep gratitude for the international ties that made voodoo in New Orleans possible. We walk in the footsteps of those who carry these sacred traditions across oceans, guided by the ancestors and shaped by generations of resistance, resilience, and ritual. This change is not a departure, it is a deepening, a fuller reflection of who we are and who we are becoming. We will continue to honor the local New Orleans Vodou community as the heart of this event while strengthening the sacred connections that stretch from Haiti to Benin and the Pan African diasporic world. Voodoo worldwide. Thank you for continuing to grow and evolve and celebrate with us. We certainly appreciate your continued support by showing up Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time on a platform near you or by way of our QR code at the top right corner of your screen. We're certainly appreciative of those who show up live in the chat. Our faithful community member, Daniel Neal, 3465, we certainly do appreciate you. D Goddess 9305, greetings and salutations to you and yours. Trinity Garland, K2B, thank you for coming through. Jasmine Allen 5949, we appreciate you for stopping by and coming through. I will be unmuting our beloved co-host momentarily, the Queen Mother, Sister Toni Val Martinez, community activist, community leader, community mother, and Queen Mother, Sister Toni, I'm sorry, Queen Mother, Sister Bianca Johnson Plessy, a committed member of NOIVD administrative team, as well as an initiated member of La Source on 4. And we will be unmuting our beloved Elder Reggie Green Soap, the leader and founder of Shrine of the White Cloth, and committed community member and leader of NOIVD, New Orleans International Voodoo Day. Today, the 7th day of Kwanzaa, the 8th day of Christmastide, the American New Year's Day, as well as the Haitian New Year's Day and the Haitian Day of Independence. Bon an ek bon fête l'indépendance. We honor the independence of Haiti tonight, beloved family, honored ancestors, and gathered community. Tonight we stand at the crossroads of time itself. The old year exhales its final breath, and the new year waits just beyond the veil. Shimmering like a lantern in the mist, we gather in this sacred moment where traditions meet, where cultures converse, where the past and the future clasp hands like kin reunited. And tonight, New Orleans, our city of gumbo, gris-gris, gospel, and glory, becomes the meeting ground of 4 great celebrations. The 7th day of Kwanzaa, the day of Imani, faith. The 8th day of Christmastide, the day of renewed joy. The coming New Orleans International Voodoo Day, our day of ancestral honor and global unity. And the dawning of New Year's Day, the turning of the cosmic wheel. We gather not to choose one tradition over another, but to witness how they braid together, like cornrows, like river currents, like the many nations that form this city. Tonight we celebrate the fullness of who we are. The 7th day of Kwanzaa, we honor Imani. Tonight is the 7th day of Kwanzaa, the day of Imani, or faith. Not faith as blind belief, but faith as a living, breathing force. Faith as the courage to trust our people, our ancestors, our future, Faith as the fire that refuses to go out, even when the winds of history try to blow it away. Imani asks us, what do you believe in so deeply that no storm can shake it loose? In the African diaspora, faith has always been more than a word. It was the drumbeat that survived the Middle Passage. It was the whispered prayer in the fields. It was the coded hymn that carried messages of escape. It was the grandmother's hand on a child's forehead, blessing them with a future she might never see. Imani is the faith that our culture would survive. Imani is the faith that our languages, our rhythms, our spirits, our gods, our ancestors would not be erased. Imani is the faith that we would rise, not once, but again and again. And tonight, as we light the final candle on our 7-day Kanara, the red candles, the black candle, the green candles, we affirm that faith is not passive. Faith is a practice. Faith is a discipline. Faith is a commitment to the world we are building. And in New Orleans, faith is a way of life. We practice faith when we second line after sorrow. We practice faith when we rebuild after storms. We practice faith when we gather in community, refusing to let our culture fade. And we practice faith when we honor our ancestors and uplift our children. Imani reminds us that we are the dream of those who came before us, and we must become the ancestors our descendants will thank. The 8th day of Christmastide recognizes renewed joy. Tonight is the 8th day of Christmastide, the season that stretches beyond December 25th, reminding us that joy is not a single day. It is a season, a practice, a spiritual posture. And on this 8th day, the Christian tradition invites us to reflect on renewal, rebirth, and the quiet miracles that unfold in ordinary places. A manger becomes a throne. A child becomes a symbol of hope. A humble beginning becomes a revelation of compassion. And in New Orleans, Christmastide has always been more than a liturgical season. It is the glow of lights on St. Charles Avenue. It is the sound of choirs echoing through old churches. It is the pot of gumbo that never seems to empty. It is the families who gather, the neighbors who share, the strangers who become kin. Christmastide teaches us that joy is not naive. Joy is not the absence of struggle. Joy is a decision to shine anyway. And so on the 8th day, we carry forward the message that joy is a sacred act. Joy is resistance. Joy is healing. And joy is a gift we give to the world. New Orleans International Voodoo Day honors ancestral unity. Tonight, we also honor New Orleans International Voodoo Day, a day born from the desire to reconnect the diaspora, to honor the spirits, and to stand in solidarity with our kin in Benin, Haiti, Brazil, Cuba, the Congo, and across the world. This day is a bridge between continents, a bridge between lineages, a bridge between the living and the dead. Vodou is not a relic. Vodou is not a stereotype. Voodoo is a living tradition, a sacred science, a cultural inheritance carried through centuries of resistance. On this day, we honor the Loa, the Orisha, the Voodoo, the mysteries, the Mpongo, the ancestors who walk with us. We honor the spirits of the river, the spirits of the crossroads, the spirits of the marketplace, and the spirits of the home. We honor the mothers who kept the rituals alive in secret. We honor the fathers who passed down the songs. We honor the children who carry the tradition forward with pride. New Orleans International Voodoo Day is a declaration. We are still here. We are practicing. We are still connected. And we are still rising. It is a day of diplomacy, of cultural exchange, of global unity. A day when New Orleans stands shoulder to shoulder with Ouida, with Port-au-Prince, with Cotonou, with the entire voodoo world. And tonight, as we stand on the threshold of a new year, we call upon the spirits to bless our path. We call upon the ancestors to guide our steps. And we call upon the divine forces to strengthen our community, our culture, and our future. New Orleans Day in New Orleans, the rebirth of a city. And now, beloved family, we turn our hearts towards New Year's Day in New Orleans, a day unlike any other. In this city, the new year does not simply arrive. It parades in. It dances in. It second lines in with feathers, sequins, brass bands, and blessings. New Year's Day in New Orleans is a rebirth, a cleansing, a resetting of the spiritual compass. It is the day when families gather for black-eyed peas, cabbage, and cornbread, foods of luck, prosperity, and abundance. That soup, jumu, pumpkin soup. It is the day when the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club blesses the streets with their presence. It is the day when the city shakes off the old year like dust from its shoulders. In New Orleans, the new year is not a quiet whisper. It is a proclamation. We are still here. We are still creating. We are still celebrating. And we are still alive. And as the fireworks fade and the sun rises over the Mississippi River, we step into this new year with intention, with courage, with joy, and with ancestral power. As I draw to a conclusion and unmute my beloved panelists and co-hosts, tonight we have honored 4 traditions, 4 celebrations, 4 pathways to the divine, but they all lead us to one truth. We are a people of resilience. We are a people of creativity. We are a people of spirit. We are a people of faith. And on this night, may the principles of Kwanzaa guide us throughout the year. May the joy of Christmastide uplift us throughout the year. May the power of Vodou protect us. May the spirit of New Orleans inspire us. May the ancestors walk with us. May the spirits bless us. May the new year greet us with open arms. And may we all step forward, not as scattered individuals, but as a unified community, a global family, a family rooted in tradition and rising towards destiny. Ashe, Amen, AYIBOBO, and divine all blessed new year to you and yours. Happy New Year, beloved Queen Mother Sister Toni Martinez. Please do come on in. Happy New Year, Elder Reggie, Green Soap. Divine all blessed New Year, Bianca Johnson Plessy. How y'all doing?
Blessing, blessing. Right.
Habari, Gani. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year. I wish everyone's 2026 is greater than 2025. Today is definitely a day of many traditions for a lot of people. I saw from your picture, Elder Reggie, we had the same menu. And I would say about 50% or more of the people in the city had that same identical menu. I remember growing up, we knew everybody's house was going to be the same thing. The entire street, you could smell cabbage cooking. If it was warm enough to go out and you could smell it, riding our Christmas bicycles and skateboards. But it's a time to move forward, to leave what didn't prosper us last year behind, to get away from all the things that didn't mean us any good. We have to realize that, make up our mind. A lot of people make New Year's resolutions. I don't. But for those that do, I would rather say make a lot of smaller ones that you know you can complete easily and gradually grow up. That way you can see some progress by completing the smaller tasks instead of making one huge gigantic task. Happy New Year, Sister Bianca. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year's to all you guys out there this evening. That is good that you said that because I really didn't do the traditional cooking. My grandmother did, and I had to work, so I really didn't even stay up long enough to even make it to see the time turn up. I just know that my grandma blew my phone and said, "Oh, Bianca, did you get your cabbage? Did you get?" I said, "Don't nobody eat no cabbage over here but me. I'm like the only person that eat cabbage in my household." So I know she did the big traditional thing, and all I before I even went to sleep, I just told the kids and my family in the household. I said, "Look, make sure everybody got $1. Make sure everybody got $1 in your pocket. Go take a bath, clean your body up, because when we go to sleep, I said we should wake up." I said, "Don't nobody leave this house. We about to come into the new year as a family together, and it's some money in our pocket. We not about to go into a new year broke." So I did something small like that with the kids. So the kids, they was kind of was excited about it. They was like, "Oh, we gotta make sure we had this $1 in our pocket and put it underneath our pillow." Cause I don't want. Mama said we ain't going to the new year broke. And my daughter was like, "So I gotta go get a job into the new year." I said, "No, when the new year roll up, y'all gonna give me my money back." And they said, they said, "Well, what you said?" I said, "Well, look, that's just the resolution. But when I wake up, y'all better give me my money back." And it was kind of, fun. The kids wanted to be involved, do something like that. And then we went to like a program today that talked about unity, Kwanzaa, and what is faith. The kids did learn a lot from that. As far as like our ancestors, when the people came over, as enslaved people, slavery on the ship and all that stuff. Like a lot of them, they didn't know where they was going. Um, a lot of them was scared. A lot of them had fear. But when they got to the plantation, a lot of them still have faith. They still hold on to that faith. And I felt like that's what stood out in importance, especially in the world that we live in now. And maybe a lot of things may not go right, but we have to have that faith to hold on to know that it will get better no matter what it is. So
Yes,
Good
it
point.
will.
Speaking of, good evening, everyone. Happy New Year's 2026. Just to piggyback a little bit off of you, Sister Bianca, on faith. Today, my brother, he don't come on the show too much, but he put up a folk art statue at the little garden by the Healing Center, and it's a replica of Mother Catherine Seal. And him and I both are holding faith in the community in New Orleans, in the community in the metro area at large, that we don't let the New Orleans Spiritual Church just die and fade away, because it was an institution for 70 plus years. And when Katrina came, it has flickered the flame real, real low. But that slither of flame that still may burn as you burn that last candle for Kwanzaa and Imani, or what we call faith tonight, we are holding up hope that the New Orleans Spiritual Church just don't flicker and go away. And that's where I'm at with it tonight.
Give thanks. I indeed practice many of the traditions that Sister Bianca was mentioning. Having money, having the house clean, having all your laundry done before coming into the new year. I even cleaned, some crevices that I hadn't had access to in quite some time. So I do continue many of those traditions and practices. And though I do still honor and acknowledge the food, I've also made the Haitian independence a major part of my last day of Kwanzaa or seventh day of Kwanzaa and eighth day of Christmastide and my New Year's Day. Um, uh, we say bon fete or bon fete independence or good Independence Day. And we also celebrate with pumpkin soup or soup jamu, as they say in Haitian Creole. So I spent my day today with the Haitian community and the beloved Love Orleans restaurant located right across the house from my temple house here at Dumaine and North Robinson, and had a wonderful soup jumeau with cabbage and many other items in it, including the pumpkin. And we certainly do honor and acknowledge the Haitian community for giving us independence, for teaching us how to be free, for infusing us with the ancestral memory and ancestral lineage of independence and how to fight and to continue to seek freedom. So let us not only acknowledge, faith and what that may mean to you on today, but let us honor independence, freedom, our ability to operate in our authority and with great mobility and responsibility as we continue to move on in 2026.
Yeah.
All is a blessing.
And
Yeah,
although we go ahead, Elder Reggie.
No, I was gonna but I wanted to say on the video Divine Prince played, there was a small vignette of the Garifuna people. I didn't know who they was, but about 3 years ago, I was working an event, a soccer game at Joe Brown Park. And everybody in the park was my complexion, but everybody was speaking Spanish. And it kind of threw me off a little bit. I'm like, man, these people talk like me. Why are everybody speaking Spanish? So I asked one of the young ladies, was they like Honduras? She said, no, we are the Garifuna people, and we from all throughout the Caribbean. And I like say Garifuna. I said, I never heard of that word before. She said, yeah, we Garifuna. And when Divine Prince played that, real tonight, it just tapped back into that. And that these people are amongst us in the city of New Orleans, and a lot of us just don't know who they are. Yeah, go ahead, Sister Toni.
Yeah, I was bringing in that although we have many celebrations that we celebrate today, for our ancestors, this was not a day of celebration. This was one of the days that they hosted all throughout the South, the largest slave sales. And it broke up many families at those auctions, and it brought in a lot of new slaves into the South. So let's just remember their hardship on that day, especially with one of the biggest slave pens in the South being right here in the city of New Orleans. And a lot of the slave trades, the people would come to New Orleans and march their slaves from New Orleans back to Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, and they walked that. The majority of them walked that from New Orleans to Tennessee to Georgia. So let's give remembrance to our ancestors on this day that they all did not look forward to.
I share on that.
We have come to the close of our show. I'd like to turn it over to Divine Prince so that he can acknowledge our other platforms, and then turn it over to Elder Reggie for the announcements and words of wisdom. Divine Prince.
And we're certainly thankful for your continued support and participation from the Facebook platform, my profile, Sister Toni's profile, Elder Reggie's Shrine of the White Cloth group, our Facebook groups, and many other ways of accessing us on Facebook. We certainly do appreciate our international audience in LinkedIn, I'm going to one day be able to pronounce many of these names, and I will be bringing you all into the show as well. I want to thank our YouTube audience and for their listenership, as well as our Twitter X audience. And I always want to thank our Instagram audience for listening and participating. Inkuta Jubalani, we certainly appreciate you. 9 Bucky 2, thank you for coming through. Yukishia, greetings and salutations to you and yours. Stacy Benballs, we appreciate you. Nikki Pablo 11, we appreciate you for coming through. Simba joined us. Jamiz 1984 joined us. Lucky Madison joined us. And we certainly invite you all to continue to show up and support us throughout the year, Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. U.S. Central Standard Time on a social media platform near you or by way of the QR code that you can scan in the top right corner of your screen. All is a blessing and Happy New Year.
Advertisements for the new year. Friday night, January the 2nd, honoring the 8th day of Christmas, to come in May 23rd and 24th to New Orleans, the Internet Voodoo Fest for 2026. Yes, that's our big event. If you're in that area, come on out. Next advertisement, we feed Legba on the Wolf Moon at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, January the 3rd, 2026 at La Sauce, Alcinine, On Food, Peristyle. That location is 3319 Rosalie Alley, New Orleans, Louisiana, and that is in the Bywater area. And our new moon ritual and application ceremony will occur on the new moon Sunday, January the 18th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. in the Zodiac of Capricorn, location 710 Cluid Street. We call that the Cluid Gardens. It's going to be a ritual spiritual warfare gathering. Please, if you're in the local area, come out and support that event. Lest we forget, the spiritual medicine of voodoo brings healing and relief from the shackles of slavery that binds the master and the slave to the same chain of social division. I read this every night. It is part of the NOIVD mission statement, and I believe in that mission statement. So with that, I say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Good night, everyone. We love you all, and we'll be back tomorrow night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night and Odabo.
Every time I say this, y'all get mad. But bitch, it's fucking common sense, bitch. Use y'all logic. We're not African Americans. We're Black Americans, the first indigenous.
And tonight, history is made on Capitol Hill. Both chambers have passed the landmark Reparations Act.
For generations, injustice has carried a price. Today, we begin to pay it back. All descendants of Africans will receive $1 million in damages.
Tonight, Congress passes a historic measure on reparations.
All descendants of Africans will receive $1 million in damage. This excludes anyone who claims they have no African ancestors.
Hey, Indigenous family. I know that I said I was an American Indian, but recently I had a vision from my African ancestors, and they said to not deny my heritage. And I'm about to be rich, bitch! I'm at the bank now!
Every time I say this, y'all get mad. But bitch, it's fucking common sense, bitch. Use y'all logic.
Allow me to show you something.
They say I'm crazy and that might be true. I got this right in my DNA, yeah, I'm coming for you. It's time we turn the tables, flip these motherfuckers on you. I wanna see you hanging from trees, it's time you pay for your dirt and your shit. You created the monster, you created the beast. Now all this savagery you just gon' reap. I'm coming home, daddy, to the plantation, and I'm taking the lives of everybody, including the children, on some Nat Turner. Oh, do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. I met my girl Harriet at the gate. If you wanna know how she doing, yeah, she's straight. But she had one question: when we gon' get up? All that talking tough, yeah, we don't walk it tough. She got it locked and loaded, got that piece up on her side. She looked me in my eyes and said, "Mitch, you ready to ride?" Moving forward, you gotta use both eyes. Watch your front and watch your back. Keep your hands up on your gas. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. He sit at the table, but he don't order no bacon. He greet me in those words, assalamu alaikum. Got them glasses on his face and them waves in his head. He go by the name of Detroit Westside. He looks me in my eye and says, "You only get one try. Know that your biggest opposition will come from the inside." I know you wanna love them all, but don't even try, because they'll smile up in your face while plotting your demise. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down. Do you hear that sound? It's about to go down. Unleash the beast, we about to tear this motherfucker down.